This cheesecake is really good for celebrations, birthdays, my birthday. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen, like actually my kitchen this time. So today is my special birthday video that I do every single year. By the time you're watching this, I think by the time this is going up, it won't have been my birthday yet, but it will almost be my birthday. But today's video is actually not about my birthday specifically, but a birthday. My little sister's birthday is in January and she asks for a cheesecake every single year. Nobody in my family is really huge on cake, so it's not a surprise that she would want something different. Well, this year, my parents' oven broke. It was like the middle of winter. We had done all this baking the day before for like some celebration stuff, but the day that I was going to go make her cheesecake, their oven was not working, like the heating element wasn't working. And they have a toaster oven on their countertop, but again, I also wasn't gonna be able to make a cheesecake in that either. I'm not really even sure how I would fit a water bath in that, to be honest. At first we thought that all was lost, that we would have to buy a cheesecake from the store and I would be able to like jazz it up or something. But then the idea struck me like a bolt of lightning and literally ran downstairs. No-bake cheesecake. I have made no-bake cheesecake so many times and it's so good and it's so versatile and it's so easy to do. And I was so excited because I would be able to bake the crust off in my parents' toaster oven and then I wouldn't have to bake anything else. So my little sister's birthday was saved and all that was left was the flavor profile. And she told me that she was inspired by a cup of yogurt that she had eaten a couple days prior, and it was blackberry peach. This girl wanted me to make her a blackberry cheesecake in the middle of January, but I did it and it was great. And now I'm gonna share it with you guys all today. I think it's a great birthday item. It's so easy to do. You've got a million other things going on. And as we head out of the cold months and into the like summer months, a no-bake cheesecake is the perfect like refreshing, like light dessert that you can have without it being like super heavy and kind of stodgy. So today we're gonna be making a blackberry hazelnut no-bake cheesecake. So without further ado, let's get into it. First, we're gonna have to make the crust. So the base for this cheesecake is a shortbread hazelnut crust. I really like using like nuts and fruit together. I think that they pair really well, and I don't use hazelnut that often. And I wanted to use a cookie that would really let the hazelnut shine. So I didn't really want to do graham cracker because they taste amazing and they're great, but if I'm mixing with something else, I was worried that it would kind of overpower it. So today we are going to be using shortbread cookies. I just bought these from the store. I know, blasphemer. You're looking for like a butter shortbread or like a butter cookie, something that's like on the harder side that will crumble up really easily. So I just put them in a Ziploc bag. If you have a food processor, I would use your food processor because it's a lot faster. However, I don't have a food processor. So if you have like difficult feelings about your birthday, this is a good time to let those out. So you really want your cookie to be like in very fine crumbs. You don't really want any big chunks in there because that's not gonna mix with the butter. It's not gonna make a cohesive crust. All smashed up, and I'm gonna add it to a bowl that has my hazelnut flour and some granulated sugar. If you can't find or don't have hazelnut flour, if you don't want to use hazelnuts really at all, you can use almond flour instead and almonds as your garnish. You can also put hazelnuts in your food processor and grind them up until they're very fine, kind of like a flour. But again, I don't have a food processor, so I bought hazelnut flour. I also have kosher salt in this bowl. I don't think I mentioned that, but there is salt in here. So I'm gonna give this a good mix. Okay, so what's gonna bring this all together is some butter. So I have some melted butter that I just melted in the microwave. And depending on the butter that you're using and the fat content, you might need like 1 tablespoon of butter more, but for what you're really looking for is for this to look like wet sand. Okay, so the butter is completely combined in here, and when I grab some in my hands and press it, it holds, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So this recipe works in an 8-inch springform pan. This is 8 inches, right? It's gonna be so awkward. If this wasn't 8 inches. Oh my God, yeah, it's 8 inches. And you can also put this in a 9-inch without scaling anything down. It just would be like a little bit of a shorter cheesecake. That's up to you. So I'm gonna pop this in here. I just lined the bottom with parchment paper. There's so much butter in here that you really shouldn't have to spray anything. I just put the parchment on there for easy removal and cleanup. And I'm just gonna use a measuring cup because it has like the flat bottom and sides. You can also use like a drinking glass, but all my drinking glasses look like this. So I'm using this and I'm just going to flatten everything. And you want to really make sure that you're not leaving too much crust along the bottom. What always ends up happening to me is that my bottom crust is super, super thick and then my edges are really, really thin. So you want to make sure that you're pushing everything to the edges, smoothing and flattening everything out, and making sure everything's in an even layer. So this is my completed crust. Everything is super smooth and super even. So this is ready to go into the oven. I am going to go pop this into my preheated oven. My oven's at 350 and we're just gonna bake this until it's set. So it should take like 15 to 20 minutes. It won't take long at all. You'll know it's ready when you start to smell it and the crust should be like firm to the touch and dry. And while this is baking and cooling, we will talk about our fillings. I've got my stand mixer here with granulated sugar, 2 packs of full fat cream cheese, some vanilla, and some lemon zest. And I've just got the paddle attachment in here and we are going to mix this on like a low, medium low speed just until the cream cheese has blended with the granulated sugar and everything's combined. Now that everything is combined, the cream cheese is smooth and I have no like hard lumps, we are going to switch over to the whisk attachment. Basically, the best way to get whipped cream and cream cheese combined without getting any lumps of cream cheese is to whip the cream and mix it with the cream cheese at the same time. Full disclosure, I did forget about the blackberry preserves, so I'm going to go ahead and add that now and mix that in. All right, so now that is mixed in, now we can go ahead and add our whipped cream. I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl just to make sure that no cream cheese is getting stuck. So now I'm gonna bump this up to like a medium high speed and beat it until it gets really nice and thick and creamy. All right. So basically all you're looking for at this point is stiff peaks, and I think we're at stiff peaks. So this filling is now ready to get popped into our prepared crust. Okay, so essentially what we've made here is like extremely stabilized whipped cream. Sometimes people will put cream cheese, like a couple tablespoons in their whipped cream in order to stabilize it and keep it firm and set so it doesn't like lose its air or weep or anything. And that's essentially what we've done here. We've just changed the ratios a little bit and added way more cream cheese. So what we're left with is this really nice, silky smooth, creamy filling. And you can change the flavor up on these. You can add mix-ins to this. You can do like so much with this. This is our crust. It's all cooled off. And this is not really gonna like settle or do anything, so smooth it out exactly as you want to before it goes into the fridge. I'm gonna top mine with some whipped cream, so I'm not gonna be too concerned. And that's about all the effort that we are gonna take into this dessert today. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge. It's gonna take a couple of hours to set. Ideally, I would leave this overnight, but if you make it in the morning and serve it at the end of the day, that is also great too. I think at least I would give it 3 to 4 hours in the refrigerator just until everything is nice and set so you can slice into it. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and leave it for a few hours, and then I will come back with it like topped and ready to go, and we will try it together. right, I'm losing light, so we're gonna wrap this up. Here she is. She's beauty, she's grace, she's everything I could have ever wanted. I obviously already tried some, but I'll try it again. It's so good, dude. I feel like the filling should be my favorite part, and yet the crust is my favorite part. Salty and nutty, and the hazelnut flavor really comes through. Like, I want to use this hazelnut crust on everything now. I want to do pies with this. I want to do different kinds of cheesecakes with this. I want to do baked cheesecakes with this. Like, this is just so good. So that is all I have for you guys today. This is going to be great heading into these warmer months when berry season is really at its peak. And this is just like a nice, easy, refreshing dessert that you don't really have to put too much effort in, that looks gorgeous on the table and nobody's even gonna know the difference. Really, really creamy. It's not too sweet, and it almost replaces regular baked cheesecake for me. I said almost, not quite. I hope you guys give it a shot. This is one of the easier recipes I think I've put out. I'll leave the ingredients list down below. You can find the full method of prep for this recipe on my website, which I will link down below, and you will also find my socials on there. So if you make this or any of my recipes, please tag me. I'd love to see them. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down below for me. Go ahead and like this video if you also have a birthday this week. Actually, only Aries can like this video, actually. That's what I'm opening it up to. Only Aries can like this video. But anybody can subscribe. I'm opening up to everybody. You can all subscribe if you want to. And I really, really hope that you do. I hope that you join me over here. And with all that being said, happy birthday to me. Thank you, thank you. I know you were all thinking it. I know you're all saying it. I can hear you through the screen. Thank you so much for remembering that it's my birthday. I know that I haven't really mentioned it that much in the video, so it's so kind of you to remember. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you are happy and safe wherever you are in the world. I'm sending love and light, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.